your personality and enables you from being able to interact with friends and family in the event that you don't have it, that has you possibly losing your entire day chasing it, or you have to make a choice in regards to necessities or the purchase of it, because although you need the necessities like rent, lights, and food, you might be out of the substance. So you're juggling. That is slavery. It's not an enjoyable life. If you're getting ready for a date or you go into a party and you get dressed, but you don't have your substance, so you gotta take a minute and indulge in that, or you gotta go swoop that up. That's not a happy life. You're a slave. And the reason why I say it is because I personally indulged in different substances. Yes, weed is a gateway drug. You know, anything that you start a cigarette is basically a gateway drug because they're all bad for you. And once you take one, depending on what you're going through and what the situation is and how it's set up or introduced to you, you might try something else. So believe the hype. But whether it's legal or not, I say it makes you fake. It makes you a slave because I was different without it. If you're a different person high than you are sober, and the whole time you're sober, you're counting how long it's been since you got high because you're waiting to get high again, then you're a slave. The devil has stole your life. He took you away from the priceless worth that the Lord has on our life to give you the fruit of your labor, to give you the treasures that He has for you that you can receive through the shedding of His Son Jesus' blood by taking hold of your salvation. And the reason why I say He took that from you is because without the drug, you will never get to really experience who you are, who God made you to be. Falling in love with myself all over again was like one of the many wonderful things that God did for me by delivering me from the wilderness. Because at the time, I really didn't feel that good about myself. I was depressed. So I might have started one drug and it was easy for me to venture into the next one because I was hiding from myself. I didn't want to deal with myself. Not so much on the outside as far as looking in the mirror, because dressing up and feeling like you're just fine, that's not what life is all about. I'm talking about the true inside of you. Can you enjoy yourself alone, just you and God? Are you the type of person that don't like to be alone? Can't be alone? If you're alone, you have to be either getting drunk, getting high, or on the phone with somebody. You can't just enjoy being one with our Creator and possibly listening to a book, reading a book, exercise, or indulging in a pleasurable hobby that may be something that you're good at or that you just like doing. It can be the simplest thing as a puzzle, a painting, drawing, coloring, anything. Taking pictures. I like gardening. I hadn't done it in a long time because I didn't have time. I was high. And my newfound treasure is finding old coins. Not a lot of people walk as much as they should. And on occasions, I do take nature walks. And sometimes I will walk and give myself a quota on change. Like, I'm not going back in until I find at least 3 coins. And once I give myself that quota, I'll just walk in various places all around trying to see if I can find the coins. I have found a couple of pennies that were worth more than a penny, which I collect them, and a couple of dimes that were worth more than a dime. I think I found a $30 dime. And it's actually a couple of groups on Facebook, and then I come home and I look up the change and see if I found that golden ticket, if it's worth thousands of dollars that everybody's been looking for, but not yet. It is a hobby that I love indulging in. It's been a very long time since I was able to enjoy the skin that I'm in and try to find out about this woman that God says He knows all the hairs on my head, that He has a destiny already set up for me before I was born, and that's for each one of us. But I didn't appreciate my worth. I was looking for other people to give me worth. And I feel like that is a lot of people's issue when I log on to the internet and I see so many selfies in different outfits and so many videos of people, women with their makeup on, playing the music in the background, saying how fine they are, saying how they love themselves. When I was always taught, my grandma used to say, let somebody else tell you that you fine. It seemed like it's a lot of us out here that may be eternally in pain for various reasons. The pandemic, it put a lot of people back. It put the world back. It was just that great reset. People are not as friendly as they used to be. You got like gangs as if it's Crips and Bloods going on with the mask, no mask, shot, no shot. You got parents fighting because their kids have a shot and they don't want them in school with kids that don't have a shot. It's just very chaotic. And it's easy to stay intoxicated or to stay connected to an artificial stimulant. It is so easy. But it's also the devil's playground. You know, I had to share with my cousin the fact that the alcohol is a spirit. You know, that's why they call it spirit store. You find stores that says spirit store. It's a different spirit. You're a different person. Nobody's going to admit that. Nobody's going to admit that they're different because their mind has already been compromised. You're already compromised. You're either sold your soul or you're a lost soul. You've been compromised. So, what I'm saying to you, you're thinking, oh, that ain't me. I got this. I'm the same person. I'm actually better with it. I have to have it. It's just weed. It's legal. Right? So, they have weed good for a lot of different things. Too much of anything is a bad thing. My grandfather, may he rest in peace, he passed from cancer, and for the first time ever, he asked me to bring him some weed, roll him a blunt, because he wanted an appetite. He smoked a little bit of it. It gave him a little bit of an appetite, but it wasn't what he really needed it to be, because God called his angels home. Now, he never did drugs. He drank alcohol on the regular. That's how I found out about the spirit stores. And he did start going to church prior to cancer coming into his life. But the kids that he raised, we was so bad that I probably would have needed a drink. Because that's how I felt when I was in the streets. I was stressed out. It was the kids, it was the family, it was this, it was that, it was everything. And so I was justified. And even when I stopped smoking weed, they said, oh, you got kids, you'll be back. You can't raise kids without getting high. You gotta at least smoke a blunt. The devil is a lie. And I'm telling you that to say, nobody called on Jesus. Nobody. Jesus gave his blood on the cross for your salvation so that you can call on him. If you were able to do it all by yourself, the big I, then why would we need God? If I was as powerful as it needed to be, then why would we need a God.